Hey Akash, first of all, let me thank you formally, though we don't, you know, we are ex-colleagues from Mojo Networks. Thank you formally for accepting our invitation to moderate the opportunities panel in TiECon, which is, just around the corner. And your journey in sustainability has been full of opportunities,
Yeah.
right? So, what are you presenting to our entrepreneurs in the panel?
So again, multiple things I would say. Starting with there are a lot of debate happens how to find the idea to start a venture, and this is my second venture. And I realize sometimes you just need to look around yourself, and there are a lot of ideas. And idea doesn't need to be unique. The execution has to be unique. Like that is what I personally
So you're
follow.
saying idea need not be unique, but execution has to be
Yes,
unique.
execution has to be very unique if you want to
So people
succeed.
say that it's all about execution.
Yeah.
Now you're saying it is not only efficient execution,
Yeah,
but unique
unique
execution.
execution. Yes, if you are
Okay.
trying to solve the same problem,
Mhm.
see again, one there are multiple parameters behind success.
Mhm.
Maybe one parameter might not align, other parameters might align with the success. But now even in execution, until unless you are bringing something unique, it could be focus on
Mhm.
customer, it could be focus on product, it could be anything. But there has to be one thing which is unique in your entire execution plan. It could be speed also. So it could be anything, but yeah. So I think I personally feel that your execution also has to be slightly unique as compared to others.
Mhm.
And if I quickly talk about the whole idea of spree
Mhm.
came from 14 trees, a non-profit.
Yes, not for profit.
I never had any plan to volunteer for an NGO and start a venture from there. But there was an opportunity. I was dealing with the companies who are donating there,
Mhm.
and they were asking questions which was not very common. Businesses doesn't ask question until someone asks them that question.
Mhm.
It could be anything, like it could be profit, it could be compliance. Someone is asking, that's why they are asking. So the moment I started hearing this question, how to monetize, how to put in books, I was pretty clear something is going on. Someone is asking them to
In the
respond
sustainability,
in the
yeah.
sustainability.
So these organizations that you're talking about who are asking questions were working with 14 trees to help that reforestation
Yes,
effort.
yes,
And these are
yes.
business
These
entities.
are business entities.
Okay. Okay.
But despite being sort of more of a doing the social work, there was a question around that, how to
Mm.
sort of uh, do the carbon calculation, how to understand what the impact of this
Carbon
activities,
calculation.
carbon calculation, the
Mm.
impact of these activities. So
Mhm.
these kind of questions were coming, and that is where I
Mm.
realized there is
Mhm.
some gap. Started
Mhm.
studying, started doing the research,
Mhm.
and realized there is a huge gap because world is moving in a very different direction.
Mhm.
That gap was probably not there 5 years back. That
Mhm.
gap came very like just 3-4 years
Mhm.
old phenomena, I would say. Identifying that gap and thinking what you can do, and
Mhm.
that is where Spree was born, I would say.
Mhm.
Considering all of us, all the founders come from a very strong tech background, and all of us met at 14 trees. So it was very obvious that we are passionate
Mhm.
about sustainability. So that was common, tech was common. We thought let's do something bringing these two together, and it's been almost, I would say, 3 years since we started,
Mhm.
and we are doing pretty well now. A global company competing with the global players, so obviously it's an interesting journey so
So
far.
you're saying, and this is something that our participants or in general, that you volunteer yourself
Yeah,
for something that is inherently good,
yeah,
and from there the ideas emerge.
yes, yeah.
So ideas can emerge from anywhere.
Any
Okay. So tell us, what does pre do?
So basically, right now we are building a AI native platform to
Mhm.
help companies in their entire sustainability journey. And starting
And
with
what does it mean, sustainability
yeah,
journey
so
means?
starting with the, I would say, basic assessment, how you are performing with respect to the different sustainability parameters.
Mhm.
It could be carbon emission, it could be waste generation, it could be water emission, it could be fuel consumption, it could be anything. So we sort of monitor that using the very raw data which anyone understands, like
Mhm.
what's your electricity consumption, how many liters of fossil fuel you are burning. So these basic parameters which any operational manager will understand. We capture that data through different ways and then transform that data into very insightful, I would say, dashboard, and that dashboard follows the entire sustainability journey. So we always say unless you are measuring, you cannot act. So we start with the measurement, then we see how your peers are doing, and that is where we are leveraging the tech.
Okay.
Right now we have data of more than 40,000 companies, sustainability data of global companies, and we can see how you are performing with respect to your peers.
With that benchmark.
That benchmark, the peer benchmark, we use the AI. We are using the next gen tech to sort of empower our companies, our customers, to take very, I would say, end-to-end journey towards sustainability, the planning part.
So are there other opportunities in the sustainability space? Or you've taken everything?
No, I would say it's a crazily huge opportunity. And again, we are, I would say, we are one of the piece of the entire sustainability journey, as I mentioned. So let's say our recommendation engine is saying that you have to act in during one of your processes to reduce the energy consumption there. It means there is a huge, not just the tech, I would say, that there is a huge opportunity for the deep tech, where you can go do the search, make some changes in the process which can make the entire process energy efficient. Essentially, you are bringing the sustainability into picture. See, energy is not going to be just costly from the energy point of view, it is going to be costly from sustainability point of view as well. So there is a cost of carbon behind each and every energy source you are using.
Right.
So until unless you act on the energy consumption reduction itself, other things might not work for you. So there is a huge opportunity. Even the if I talk about like solar panel, it's a very kind of commodity, but still there is some really good opportunity to make it more efficient, make it more reliable, make it more I would say easily available to the masses. So there is a huge opportunity in the entire sustainability
for more entrepreneurs.
Yes.
To
yeah, definitely.
So tell us something about your panel specifically.
So see, in this panel we are getting people from very diverse background. We are trying to we already got someone from the ministry, state ministry. We got business leaders. Now we are getting someone from the financial institutions, because each and every player are playing very critical role in the entire journey. So government is deeply engaged in the sustainability regulations and everything. The business leaders are taking very proactive approach, ensuring that they are future ready. Financial institutions, as always, they played very critical role in businesses whenever there is some transformation happens.
Correct.
So we are trying to get people from different background and want to hear their perspective, how sustainability is going to create a very different kind of opportunity. And digitization is a good example, which created a very different kind of opportunity for Indian ecosystem.
As a platform, it just gave rise to.
Yes, yes. So I think that is what I'm expecting from the session.
Okay. And the way I look at it is sustainability is a lifestyle, professional or personal.
Yes, it is.
Right?
It is.
For professional.
Yes, it is.
And in this panel, and there is a third angle to it, how do I create business in this space? Right? And tech plays a very important role there.
Tech plays a very important. This is one field where tech is quite distant so far.
I see.
Yeah, like if you go and look for some tech, very high-end tech, especially the use of AI very deeply, not at the surface. We are not using AI at the surface. We spend almost a year, huge resource. We have a dedicated team doing the research around bringing AI closer to climate. So there is definitely a distance between the climate and tech so far.
Will you, like 14 trees, as you and I know, is Praveen's famous statement that if you plant 14 trees, you will go carbon neutral from the face of the earth personally. It doesn't include your car driving and your flights and everything else. The message here for our participants would be, this is around you and look for opportunities if that's what you're trying to do. Yes. Is there an opportunity for an existing entrepreneur who already has a running company?
So see, again, there are different angles to it. So if I think from the funding perspective, so if you are targeting any investors based out of Europe, and not just for the startup. Even I will talk about the VCs. Like if you're looking forward to raise funds on the Europe, then your portfolio has to look green. Your
Acha.
portfolio has to look impactful. So there is a huge opportunity across board. So let's say for the startups, doing things in right way, looking at like one very example, a small example, especially for the software companies, writing code versus writing code which is energy efficient
Oh,
are
yes.
very
Oh, yes.
different thing.
Very different. Very different.
And when I learned about this, I was surprised, and that is the
Yeah.
principle we follow. Like we look at our code not just from the bug perspective or scalability perspective, we also look whether it's energy efficient code or not, how we can minimize the storage, the compute, and all those things. So this is definitely huge
It's really
opportunity.
interesting. One of the chipset designers
Yeah,
sometime back told me certain instructions are power hungry and certain are
yes,
not.
yeah,
So we have to reduce the power because
yeah,
that's
yeah,
otherwise in the interest.
yeah,
But that has an impact on sustainability.
it has.
In fact, about maybe more than a year back, I wrote a LinkedIn post and exactly saying,
I remember
right?
that post.
Remember, you
Yeah.
remember that design objectives of a
Yes,
system would
yes,
be
yeah,
also to
yeah,
reduce the
yeah,
consumption,
yes,
and which is what you're saying.
right,
And so it's professional and personal both. I'm creating something which is green,
yeah,
and I'm also, doing it for my code, which is my way to
code,
earn
yeah,
money. Unless
yeah,
you're writing open
yeah,
source software, there
yeah,
also you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
be
yeah,
very
yeah.
careful. So software has a big role to play.
Software has a big role to play, infrastructure has a big role to play. So the way the AI infrastructure is coming, so there was a RFP from one of the company based out of Europe, one of requirement of the green data center.
Green data center.
And that reflects, if you don't have
So I
green
want
data.
to ask you a question. After, I got introduced to this whole area at a deeper level about 5-6 years back when I was part of a team that conducted a workshop in Bhutan, and a fat data center is bad idea,
Yeah,
right? So you must optimize.
yes,
People are not going to go away from cloud for whatever reason.
yeah,
But creating cloud which is having all kinds of data is not good for Earth.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What do you think of people who are taking videos at the drop of an action or sending these good morning, good afternoon messages, empowering stuffing the data center? What do you think of
See, I think that is where it comes, the life change in lifestyle. So
lifestyle?
I personally believe until unless, and not just me, like whenever I go in front of customer, I never tell them go and buy carbon credit. I always recommend them, let's look at the energy consumption first. Can we do energy audit? Can we go for the renewable energy? And more importantly, can we make some changes in the process where actually consumption is reducing? So we definitely need to see, it might have very minor impact,
But everybody does it.
but we, until unless we change the lifestyle, like one example, if you go look at the Star Bazaar DMart, they stopped giving the plastic.
Yeah.
I can tell you, like if they publish the data, it will be tons of plastic per day from their all stores.
From their stores.
But and we are not losing anything. There was argument like their sales will drop and everything. I don't think so. Now I carry my own bag. Everyone carries their own bag, or they have to pay for the bag.
Correct.
And the moment you pay for a bag, then you eventually remember next time, oh,
Correct.
I have to pay for the bag. So we have to definitely
as you know, in 14 trees or other places, you get these people who saying, give me a carbon certificate. It's like saying, you keep planting the trees or doing something. I'm with my lifestyle.
I will keep doing.
So I'll eat inorganic.
Yeah.
I'll eat junk food.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever it is. Bring a magic by which I remain healthy. It will not happen.
Yeah.
It will not happen.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
And more importantly, see, companies are not going to pay for it. Consumers are going to pay for it.
Consumers are going to pay.
Better we change.
Correct.
If you don't want to pay for it, be it in terms of disaster, be it in terms of the daily usage.
So in your interaction with companies, because you're providing a carbon management solution which includes reduction in consumption and also what is your carbon footprint, have you seen companies sort of looking at sustainability as a lifestyle?
I don't think so. See, I'll give you one example. So it's been almost 3 years since it started. First year, it was more around selling sustainability as an idea.
Correct.
To executives. Today, I don't need to sell that.
Okay.
And obviously, compliance is the major factor. But At the same time, there is a good realization if they don't make sustainability as part of their boardroom discussion, it will impact their future plans.
I see. Okay.
And there are a lot of good examples where some people did it out of external forces, some people realize, or visionary leaders, they decided to sort of have their own sustainability team and everything in house so they can be future ready. You have to make it part of your lifestyle, and for businesses, lifestyle is business plan. So you have to make sustainability as part of a business plan if you want to secure yourself from the future uncertainty. So I don't think so companies have that option anymore.
Okay.
Decent size companies, I don't think
They
so.
don't have an option. So if I look at sustainability track in the TiECon, I will get to hear as a participant, I'll understand sustainability as a lifestyle,
Yeah,
and as an entrepreneur, it teaches me saying there is an opportunity.
opportunity. Yes,
So it's a win-win
yes,
situation.
yes.
Okay. Akash, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Kiran.
much.
Always great talking to you.
So, Akash is a young, successful entrepreneur, and he has played a pivotal role in entrepreneurship as well as sustainability. And as we just now discussed, this is a good 1 to 1.5 hours, I think 75 minutes
Yeah.
or something, where you will get to know a lot about sustainability. So see you all again at the TiECon, that is on February 21st and 22nd.